everyone. This is Cindy Placide. Welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. I am your kind hostess. This evening, I didn't. I technical difficulties, but it's gonna be all right. So, guys, listen. Today, I am going to have a guest on the show, but she is running a little late, and I, of course, things happen. So, I don't know. This technical difficulty stuff is getting to me, but anyways. So, like I said, I always introduce myself. I am from the beautiful Caribbean island of St. Lucia in the Caribbean. I am actually from Piero in Viewfort. And big up to all my people in Viewfort, all my people in St. Lucia, Castries and everywhere. I know people from all over the place. So I just want to say a pleasant evening to you guys, a pleasant good night, and a pleasant day or evening to whatever part of the world that you are. Okay, whatever part of the world that you are, I would like to say a pleasant good evening. So guys, listen. I have an amazing show for you tonight, as usual. Um, I'm trying to get my guests in. And and it is always a pleasure to have people on the show. It is a pleasure to have guests on the show. And but it is all more even more so. It is always a pleasure to be here and to hear the stories of different people and to be inspired by them. I think the show is doing more for me than it's doing for them because I get so much from them. I'm uplifted by my guests, and it's just amazing to hear the different stories and the different things that people go through to come from where they were to where they are now. And I think it's important that we hear these stories and that we understand that, everybody is going through something one way or the other. Everyone is going through something. So, guys, with that said, like I said, I am from St. Lucia. I am a poet, advocate, author. I am I advocate for autism. Of course, this month is National Autism Awareness Month. I advocate for autism because my son my my son was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2, and so it has been an uphill battle for me, but thankfully God has helped me that I've been able to 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 rise above these challenges and to be able to handle it and cope with it in the best way that I could under whatever circumstances that I was going through. So I'm thankful to God for that. Good night to you, my dear Facebook user. I think you on my group page. And it is important to know that as autism parents, we go through a lot. Some of the things it remains hidden. We don't talk about it because a lot of times people make fun of us. Sometimes they make fun of parents. They are critical. They don't even think of can I even spend one day in that parent's shoes, whether it be a male or a father or mother. And so it is important that we understand autism and understand what parents are going through. So this is Autism Awareness Month, and it is Autism Awareness Month, and so we are going to. I just wanted to shed light on that. Okay, so this month is also National Poetry Month. Okay, and we have I've had some amazing poets on this show, and I have fed of their originality, fed of the visuality that they bring to with their art. It's almost like I can see a picture of what they're saying, and so I feel when they speak and when they recite their poems. Good night, sweetie. Some said good night, Sina. I said good night, sweetie. I don't know who you are. It doesn't say who you are, but good night. You are my sweetie. So, guys, listen. Tonight we have. I'm not going to keep any further. Before I go on, I would like to say I also advocate for mental illness because I have had my own struggles with mental illness, and I think it's very important every day to say that on this show because a lot of us are going through mental illness, both male and female, and a lot of people choose for whatever reason to be silent. And I can tell you from my own experience, that is the worst thing you could do if you're going through mental illness, because you are doing yourself a disservice. Okay. So, with that, and I also advocate for dwarfism because of my late daughter. She was born with a rare form of dwarfism. And I think it's important that a lot of parents do not know that this particular kind of dwarfism even really exists, and a lot of parents have lost their babies from when during neonatal, why am I biting my tongue, stage, because of dwarfism, some this thanatophoric dysplasia. So I'm going to, and I'm going to be doing more about that, and to be able to bring more information to my viewers about that. Although I've had some guests, I think that's not enough, so I need to be able to bring more information, and to help from people from other countries who are facing the same things. Parents are literally drowning in pain because of the loss of their children. So, people, I just want to, somebody asked, how many platforms do you do you have? Okay, so this is being streamed on my Facebook group page. Which is Rise to Prosperity 2, and this is also being streamed on YouTube and also on Facebook Live. Now, I'm sorry, my viewers, because I have not put in, as I usually do. I have not put in my privacy. I have to do my privacy so that my guests can see me. Oh my God, people, I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, so there, I fixed it. If you can see me now, I love you guys. I'm sorry, Okay. Okay, so there it is. All right. So, guys, listen, let me bring my guests on, okay? No, I'm a hot mess. So let me bring you all in. Bring her in. This is my sweetheart. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hey, how are you, darling?
I'm doing amazing. Listen, I would just want to thank you so much. Listen, guys, I called her this morning.
You did.
And I asked her to be on the show. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. I'm a mother and I'm an entrepreneur. There's so much going on in my life.
Everything froze.
Gosh. Yes, my internet is trying to give me some more holla. Okay.
Okay. I was wondering what happened. I thought it was on
Yes,
my
it's
end.
my internet acting crazy. Hi, cuz. My cousin Malisha, my friend said, good night, cuz. How are you? Herbert Camille, good night. How are you? I'm saying hello to our guests now because they just give me mouth. So Lauren Dorville is in the house. Good night, sweetheart.
Oh,
Lester.
hi, Lauren. Hi, Lauren Jamopo.
Yes, Jamopo, Jamopo.
Mhm. Jamopo. Jamopo.
Yes, my love. So tell me, we come here, and I didn't write questions for you because I want this to be a discussion,
Oh, that
and
that
I
is
want this
that's
to
fine. That works.
flow.
That
Yes.
works.
Okay. So the last time you were on there with Neil, your cousin, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
you blew this house out of the water of your poems.
Well,
Okay,
thank
I'm
you.
telling you,
Thank you.
I need to tell you all this. I forgot to say, you and Neil, your show was one of the top
Oh,
ranking shows.
nice.
Yes,
Wow, I
one of
like
the top.
that.
I think it was
I
my
like
top
that.
three show. So you could
Mhm.
imagine people were just into the show, and I'm so thankful for my viewers because they always deliver. Yes. So tell me, now that we have you all alone, if there's St. Lucian beauty in the house, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I,
So
I came from work, so I didn't get a chance to prep, but hey, I'm here.
good look. Listen, what you missing? Eh? You're beautiful as you are, okay? So so tell the viewers again a little bit about who now. Condensed version.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and
Oh,
about what you do.
wow. Let's see. Professionally, I'm a news reporter. Um,
You should see my face. Like, why am I not on your show?
I listen. We've had this discussion. I work with Choice TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can appreciate the challenges
Mm-hmm.
where being a mom is concerned. I'm a poet. I'm a writer. I'm a herbalist. I have my own business, which is African Organics, which I'm sure we're going to touch on later. Um, I'm the vice president of our Youth and Sports Council.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an activist, an advocate, and I am a huge supporter of the empowerment of women and girls. Yeah, that is. I am a champion for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
I Yeah, that is me in a nutshell.
Well,
Yeah.
you have, and I think we should really collaborate to work together, because I think all of the things that you mentioned, that these are some of the things that are really close to my heart. So I think that we need to collaborate, to talk
Yeah,
about this more.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I don't
Definitely.
want us to just say it in words, and we got to put action to it now.
No, if you can call me in the morning to be on a show tonight, I'm not expecting words, you know. I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna
That's my girl.
I know it's gonna happen. Yes. But
Yes.
yeah,
So,
in a nutshell.
yes. So, first of all, you are now part of the Jackie of all trades club. Okay.
Oh God, yes.
Yes. I love to put that Jackie of all trades club. Somebody join us,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. So you
Yes.
do so many things. Tell me, as a mom, entrepreneur, you work with the TV station. Where do you find the time to do all of that?
Um, I don't know. I think for me I bore easily,
Mm-hmm.
and not being engaged in something, especially when my thing is, if not you, then who? And I don't mean this from a take over everything. I mean, if you've generally seen a need, you've
Mm-hmm.
seen something that needs to be addressed,
Mm-hmm.
start it, and then
Mm-hmm.
you will find persons who are like-minded will gravitate to it, and then you can
Yes.
build a community and help alleviate it. But if
Mm-hmm.
everybody sits and waits for somebody else to take the first step, nobody takes the step, you
Girl,
know.
I can high five you on that. Okay? There is
Yes.
never, there is never the right time. If you're waiting for
There
the
you go.
right time to start, there is never the right time to
Mm.
start. You understand? You got to start with what you got and build on it.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
remember once, there was something that I was doing. It's a few years ago. I barely remember, and this somebody had made a comment to the effect of not being there yet and waiting. And I'm like, listen, I'm a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a work in progress. If I'm waiting for things to get perfect before I do what I have to do, I'm gonna, So I'll learn along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, it's leap. One of two things will happen: is either you get bruised or you learn to fly. But
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed, you won't die. So if you're not gonna die, then might as well.
Yes. I
Um,
I have this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have this. I'm reading. I don't have the actual copy, but I
mhm,
love Steve Harvey's books. Right?
mhm,
There are so many books. So he has a book called Jump. And at a time when I was, can I really do this? Da, 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 da.
mhm,
He said almost the same thing that you said. Take the leap and
mhm,
jump.
mhm.
Okay. Me, I'm having problems with my, yeah. I'm fussing with my internet right now.
Yes, because I was double checking that it wasn't me.
Yeah, sometimes they have this little thing. It this trips. I don't know what's going on with it. So yeah, it shows me
Mhm,
on my screen when it's acting up. Yeah, yeah. So when you were talking about
mhm, 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 mhm.
oh my gosh. Are you back with me? Yes, I
Yes,
was
I'm
saying
here.
when you take that leap and that jump, you're gonna. It's my internet. Sorry, you. I don't know what's happening. You're going to learn along the way what you need
Hmm.
so that you wouldn't fall on your face. And even if you fall on your face, you're gonna be able to
And
get up, and you're gonna learn.
absolutely. And I think it is sad that our society, particularly in St. Lucia, it does not make allowances for errors. We do not have a society that is forgiving. We
Hmm.
have a get it right the first time, even if I didn't provide support kind of society.
Hmm. Yeah.
And we see it transcend into various aspects of our lives. So the whole
Hmm.
thought is your first boyfriend should be the one you get married to and you have children with. Your
Hmm.
first
A
job
lot
should
of
be
us
the
would
one
have
you
been in
stay
trouble.
in. Listen, your first job that is considered steady, that's why you should stay, because why should you leave? And wherever you grew up, and why should you leave? And of course, it stems from a place of fear. So I understand
Hmm.
that. But we do not have a society that is very forgiving of errors. We tend to, and the intention may be good, but the end result is that we tend to send persons, what we perceive as persons' failures, in their face at first opportunity.
Hmm.
And so it requires a certain level of mental resilience for you to be like, listen, eh,
Hmm.
it's but it is one of the scariest and most rewarding things that you could do, to jump
Yes.
to
Imagine
jump
when we are growing up, we will have to learn how to walk.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do we fall? We have to start on our knees and crawl. Then, when we start to walk, when we take the first, we fall. How many times do
Hmm.
we have to fall before we can really get to walk?
Exactly,
So, life
exactly.
is like this, you know? We have to crawl. We'll fall a couple of times, but the
Yes.
important thing is that we get back up and we walk. Let me tell you, both of us, we were young, right? Both of us were walking, right?
Yeah,
We were
absolutely,
running.
absolutely. I think it was Les Brown who was saying, imagine you have a child and the child fell, and you tell the child, you know what, just sit down, sit down. You're just embarrassing us. You can't walk, just finish it, just sit down. And that's it. So why do we want to do that as adults? And I mean, the
Yes.
beauty of it is we've never lived this life before. This is your first life, you know. You
Hmm.
understand what I mean? This is your first life and your only life. So how are you afraid of failing it? How can you fail at something that you're doing for the first time? Where's the blueprint? You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yes.
Um,
And
so
and
yeah.
and and a lot of you hear a lot of great people say it's okay to fail because life is about failing and getting back up. Failing because you learn from wherever that makes sense. A learning curve. I think
Mm.
I'm going to learning curve. Let me say
Yeah,
hello to
that's what it is.
let me say hello to my other viewers who's there with
Not a
us. Oh,
problem.
Silver, Mike, Marshall, good night. How are you, my dear friend? This is Silver Mike Marshall from Never Give Up Clothing. Yes, good night, my friend. Yeah, so it is important that we continue uh to give life our best shot.
Mm-hmm.
Give it our best shot and work with consistency towards our goals. I know there are times I'm going like, oh my gosh, and I've called my friends and said, oh my gosh, it's like nothing is working out. I've been working for years trying to build a business, nothing is working out. But you know what? When I wake up in the morning and the little bit that I can do, it brings me
Mm-hmm.
so much pleasure. It brings me so much pleasure, so much satisfaction to know that whatever I'm doing, I'm helping change lives. I'm helping other people with my experiences. I'm helping, even if it's to sell one candle and somebody say, that makes me feel so good. Guess what?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sorry if it just seems
That's okay.
I was getting a message, I was just letting the person know, hey, I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
occupied, because sometimes
Yes.
persons continue to call.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely. And I think we sometimes our the fear of our parents and
Mm-hmm.
our grandparents, we absorb that.
Mm-hmm.
We condition to absorb that. And it prevents us from moving forward. I was having a conversation with a colleague today, and I'm like, anytime we're in a place, anybody who's in a place, and I remember we mentioned that the last time we spoke,
Mm-hmm.
where you are more financially secure, anytime you're not worried about your basic needs, the first place you go to is art.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that is quote unquote rich, or you know your stuff is covered, the first place you go to is art. You start to make stuff and build stuff and do furniture and all that kind of thing. And look at
Mm-hmm.
what COVID did. When COVID took away your need to get to work all the time and rush, so you were forced to slow down. What happened the moment people slow down? They started being creative, because that is who we are. So
Mm-hmm.
when we are not chasing the hustle and bustle and trying to eat, because that's basically what we're doing, this
Mm-hmm.
is automatically where we shift to. So, inherently we are artists, we are
Mm-hmm.
creators. That's what we
Yes.
are.
And imagine if
Um,
we could use even just a little bit more of our brains.
I think we're scared too. I think we use that amount of our brain power genuinely because on a subconscious level, we are scared of our own potential.
Would we
You
be
know?
able to handle that?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But it's yeah, we're scared of our own potential. It's
Tell
yeah.
me, what motivated you? I want to hear about your line as an intro. We're gonna talk about poetry in a little bit, but tell me,
Mm.
yes, but tell me what motivated you to start your line. You have a line. Tell us the name of the line and what motivated you to start it.
Okay. Well, my business is called African Organics, and it's
Mm-hmm.
AH with an exclamation point because it's impossible for you to exhale without some level of relaxation coming in. So the
Okay.
whole idea is to get back to source in a natural,
Mm-hmm.
relaxing way. So African Organics actually started with my last daughter. She'll be 9,
Mm-hmm.
and when she was a baby, she had really sensitive skin, so she was allergic to the Pampers and Loves and Huggies. So
Mm-hmm.
we started with Honest. I used to order that thing and some Eco Bun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I need to create something for her skin because everything was irritating her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I did some research and put some stuff together, ordered it, and and then that worked.
Mm-hmm.
She had this patch in the back of her head. So I created something and applied it to her hair, and then the patch filled up.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then I was using it for my hair, and a coworker was like, "What are you using?" And then she bought one and told another, and she bought one, and then I'm like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so that is happening." So initially, when African Organic started, it was a line of 5 products.
Mm-hmm.
So it had Sensational Scalp, which was for dandruff. It had Hair Evolution, which was growth. It
Mm-hmm.
had Hair Tonic, which was for damage. A
Mm-hmm.
beard balm,
Mm-hmm.
and for men, and a repellent. So it
Mm-hmm.
was all skin and hair care products.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I've allowed the business to do is take its own course. So it has determined where it's going based on the demand and the request for certain products.
Mm-hmm.
So I broke my toe a couple years ago when I was home. And remember what I said about being bored? That's how I end up getting involved in so many things.
Okay.
So I'm home, and I've always loved essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
So I was browsing through, and I saw there was this free introductory course to essential oils. I'm like, okay, I have some time. So I did the
Mm-hmm.
course. I enjoyed the course. I did another one, and I did another one. Then I got my diploma in aromatherapy, became an aromatherapist, and I'm like, I wonder where the herbs that you make the essential oils come. So then that shifted into herbal medicine. Then I got my diploma in that and my master's diploma in that. Then I went into holistic pain
Mm-hmm.
management, then anatomy and physiology, because I was a firefighter at the time, so the
Mm-hmm.
emergency medicine aspect,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of just created. That's why I mean, just created its own life. So now
Mm-hmm.
we have about I think maybe about between 25 and 30 different products, and we do customizations as well. And yeah, that's us. So it's entirely plant based. I think what differentiates us is that the products, as much as we have standards, but they're very much catered for you. So we would meet with you, we would discuss with you, and get something that works for you, taking into account whatever your medical history is, your lifestyle, etc. What are you laughing at?
So Roseman Clary, he said, Cindy, I have said good evening, but no reply from you. Blessed evening. If you are on my Facebook group page, for anybody who's watching, if you are on my Facebook group page, it will not show your name. All it is going to show me is Facebook user. So when
Uh,
you come on there, just say this is whoever, okay, this is whoever, and then put your comment because it
Hi,
does not
Mr.
tell me.
Clary. I
Yes, it does not.
apologize if I took away your hi.
I'm sorry. It does not tell me who sent because there's two other people who said something. Good night to you. Good night, scene. And I just could not see who it was because it is on um I could not. It's on my Facebook group page.
So it was just showing user.
Yes, yes, yes. So if you're on my Facebook group page, guys, say your name, who you are, and then I'm gonna know who I'm speaking to. Okay?
Fair
All
enough.
right. Yes. So go ahead, sweetheart.
Uh oh gosh, where were we? So yeah, that's how we got here. So we have let me see what I have near me. So this, for
Okay.
example, is our inhaler.
Mhm.
So this one is for sinus
Mhm.
and congestion. This one is called breathe.
Mhm.
This one is defend. This is for immune boost.
Mhm.
And we have another one for migraine headaches.
Mhm.
Next to me, I have Golden. This is one of our top products because it's a turmeric based product, but it's especially for inflammation, pain, diabetes management, that kind of thing, just
Mhm.
general alignment.
Mhm.
And of course, we do some beautiful soaps as
Mhm.
well. Um, and yeah, a lot of different products. That
Okay.
is, yeah, that's African organics in a nutshell.
Okay. Wow. So let me see how I have some of your I'm thinking about poetry. I have some of your stuff up here. So let me see what I can show here. I Oh, it didn't upload everything. Oh my goodness, this is some crazy stuff. Okay. So this is one you have. I think this one that really caught my attention. You have this one for liver, the kidney. Sorry, could you tell us about
Yeah.
that?
Okay, so this is our cooling line. And you are St. Lucian, so you automatically know what cooling is.
Yes.
So the cooling line has a kidney, liver, and another one called powerful pussy. Um, the
I
whole
saw that.
idea. So it functions like the cooling. So, for example, sometimes you take a cleanse
Mm-hmm.
and it may be just one drink, but this would actually come with 24,
Mm-hmm.
24 tea bags.
Mm-hmm.
So you would literally be putting, say, 21. Usually I put a little extra just in case. So you'd be putting 3 tea bags in a small jug. You would pour the
Mm-hmm.
hot water over it. You would let
Mm-hmm.
it draw. That's at night. And when
Mm-hmm.
it has steep, then you put it on the fridge. And you go to
Okay.
bed. And the next day you take it for the day. So that's your water for the day.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
you recycle it. So
Mm-hmm.
every day you do a fresh batch. So
Yeah,
then
and
it
that's
would,
some
it would cleanse
and
out.
that's some pretty good stuff in there. You have garlic, you have
Yes.
is that it? You have garlic, you have lemon, the dandelion is amazing, and the cranberries and mash roots. Oh, that's some really good stuff in there. Yeah. The
Yeah, and
next.
you have
Mm-hmm.
nettle.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallow root is awesome because generally it allows for
Mm-hmm.
it clings onto
Mm-hmm.
certain impurities and then it allows for it to
Mm-hmm.
purge. Parsley, very good for cleansing out your kidney. Cranberries, of course, because cranberries are very good for your reproductive health. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any kind of yeast infection, any kind of imbalance, it will affect your kidneys over time.
Mm.
So you're taking care of it from that angle as well. So yeah,
Okay. Wow.
and the liver cleanse. So this one is similar. So the milk thistle, dandelion, fenugreek, burdock, yellow dock. Now, one of the reasons you get this is because burdock and yellow dock are awesome for iron, building your iron levels. Your liver is your body's natural detox system. It naturally detoxes itself.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it needs a nice boost. So this is
Mm-hmm.
especially persons who generally you feeling sluggish, you feeling tired, you feeling under pressure. Yeah, you if it is you
Mm-hmm.
were sick for a period of time. So this would generally give you a nice boost. Just clear out your liver as much
Mm-hmm.
as possible. Yeah.
Okay, let me see what else I have here. Oh, empty slide. Okay. All right, tell us about this.
Okay, so these are our tea, our well, we call them infusion lines because
Mm-hmm.
technically there's only really one type of tea: white tea, green tea, black tea. It's the same Ceylon tea, different stages of the plants, etc. That through
Mm-hmm.
fermentation, blah blah blah. The smaller version, an infusion is anytime you pour hot water over an herb, over that's an infusion. So we call it tea, but it is actually because you're infusing. That's what
Okay.
it is. So we have a range of I think about 8 different infusions.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, the indigestion is persons who have a lot of gas.
Mm-hmm.
You always have stomach upset. So this is this one I like that tea. So you would have the peppermint, the lemongrass, the ginger. So you won't. So as a result of when you're passing gas, you won't have the bite. So that's where the
Mm-hmm.
lemon zest and the ginger comes in. Just like if you're taking a
Mm-hmm.
cleanse, would factor those, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't get that biting in the stomach. Fennel
Okay.
is fantastic for trapping, for binding gas in your system, and the Indians have something where they actually coat fennel with like a candy, and they give it to
Mm-hmm.
you as an appetizer after you eat, just to aid with
Oh wow.
digestion.
Wow.
Yeah, and licorice is good for scraping the walls of the intestine and
Mm-hmm.
pushing out gas as well. So
Hmm.
that yes.
That's interesting. So what are some of your before we go ahead, I go ahead and ask you a question. I see you have after party hangover aid. There are lots of people. I think I need this over here.
So that's the thing because most of the time, if you go out and you had fun and you have to go to work tomorrow, persons would generally tell you, okay, take another bear or take this or take that. But some of the ingredients in there, so you have because dandelion root and dandelion leaf have different properties, right? But what it does, it allows for like a gentle cleansing of your system while giving you energy. So
Hmm.
ashwagandha is a ginseng and it's an adaptogenic, right? So
I
it
was
helps
just
with
about to
like,
ask you what it was.
uh,
I was
so it
just about to
helps.
ask you.
Yeah, one of the things, it's one of my favorite herbs because it is an adaptogenic. So it adjusts to what is missing in your system on an individual level,
Oh
and it
wow.
helps a lot with stress.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're stressed out and you're not sleeping, ashwagandha will help you sleep. If you're
Mm-hmm.
just low on energy, so it kind of just fits in where it is needed. I like
Mm-hmm.
adaptogenic herbs for that. Now the
Mm-hmm.
parsley, the cinnamon, the fennel, the ginger, the fennel, like we mentioned, the upset stomach you get when you have that. But it also allows for, in the case of the green tea, which has um, caffeine. So it takes care of that whole lethargic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And the others give you like a gentle boost, almost like when you eat a ripe banana and you have that slow release energy. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not sluggish throughout the day. So you could do this like a cooling. So just make a nice jug and drink it throughout the day.
And of course, there's the cinnamon, my favorite
Listen,
spice of all.
yes. Yes, because it would improve your circulation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that especially the whole dryness that you get all over your face when
Mm-hmm.
you've drunk too much. So you could look like you did not drink. That's important too.
That is a very important hangover aid right there. Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
But
So
tell
but
us, what are your what are your what are some of the feedback that you've gotten from customers who have used your herbs and your line?
um 90% of my client base is referrals.
Hmm. Okay.
Um I have been I have been able to retain um about 95% of my client base.
Wow.
So because it's very much one on one. Um if anything, it would be more me sometimes because they may request something and I'm like, I'm not able to because it's holistic healing. I kind of need to be in the right state of mind. So if I'm frazzled, I'm exhausted, that I
Yeah.
cannot blend from that point. So I kind of need to center.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do, like, I do massages for pain, and then I would go to clients to do that. So I have clients that we've been working for months. They may
Mm-hmm.
just call for a massage, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But I think that's one of the thing I would have. So, for example, if I were to do, let's say, a marketing launch now, then of course you would get clients. But the vast majority of persons would be like, "Hey, Cindy told me she bought this from you and it helped her with that. What can you do about that?" Or this person told me you, what can you do about that? And for me, my clients are family,
Mm-hmm.
so they would call, and my consultations over the phone are always free. So
Mm-hmm.
we'd sit and we'd just chat it out. And they would call. I have clients who would call me when they go to the pharmacy. Okay, I'm looking for a multivitamin. Which one do you think I should get? That kind
Because
of.
they trust you, they trust, you know, your the what I'm trying to say is not coming out, but they trust you. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna, yeah, they trust you.
yeah. So likewise, if sometimes they may get medication for something, and they're like, okay, this is what the doctor sent me. Uh, what's a natural alternative for that, and that kind of thing. Because my thing is, if it is antibiotics and it is necessary, but in the case of things like pain meds, and there are always natural, more
Mm-hmm.
natural options.
Yes.
But then the and I think one of the things too is I don't subscribe to the bashing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we say to persons, why are you eating this? Or I am very much a less and more, less of this, more of that, and come as you are.
Mm-hmm.
We be gentle with yourself. I encourage,
Mm-hmm.
family, clients to be gentle with yourself, man. You didn't know what you didn't know until you knew it. So why you let's just take this
Exactly.
one step at a time.
Exactly. And I
And then
believe, based on what you spoke about, word of mouth. I know we're in a digital age,
hmm
but I believe word of mouth referral is one of the best ways you can get things out, because the
absolutely.
people will trust what
hmm
you have to say more than what they read online.
Yeah.
They will
And
trust.
I think for me it's being able to, because they know too, if they ask me something and I'm not sure, I will go find out, and then I will come back and give you the
Exactly.
information. And if I don't know, I won't say I know. And if I'm missing one ingredient, I will not make the product for you. I will not compromise the integrity of the product. So we just have
Absolutely.
to.
And I think that is very important. You have to keep your reputation, and you
Mhm.
have to always let the customers know that you are reliable, that they can count on you for the best products and the best
Mhm.
services.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
The
This-
time I may be pressed for time, but then you never have to question the quality of what it is that I
exactly.
gave you. Yeah.
And I think this is absolutely amazing what you are doing, because
Thank
a
you.
lot of times, I honestly believe that it is better to use natural stuff than to use those pills from the doctor, because all of them have their side effects.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have their side effects, and it is important. You're gonna take one. I remember, I'm into health and wellness, right? So I work for this wellness company. I do business with them, and I'm a marketing executive for them as well. And so you when we go to the seminars, you hear a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sad to hear on one of our broadcasts that the doctor say sometimes when the clients come in, they don't need the medicine,
Mm-hmm.
but they're obligated to write them a prescription. And that prescription that you write that person, it has several side effects. So when that side effects, you know, kicks in, then you got to go back to the doctor.
Mm. It's
For,
it's it's
and
it's a business.
yeah,
It's a
that's why the
business.
pharmaceutical companies are $1 trillion company. We don't
Yeah,
realize they are killing us. They are
it's
really, really
business.
killing us. So
No,
what are
it's
some? Go
oh
ahead.
sorry. No, I was saying so I spent 15 years, I mentioned that, as a firefighter. So I have respect for allopathic and mainstream medicine. I have
Mm-hmm.
respect for that. I think everything has its place
Yes.
this time, because if you require surgery, I cannot give you an herb. You understand what I
Yes.
mean? I
Mm-hmm.
think everything has its place. But I also believe that we have a responsibility to self heal as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
because unless it is a case where it's dire, most of what we need, we are able to source from what we have around us, or even order as need to be. Yeah, so I think it's just a balance. One is not, it's not a case of bashing. It's recognizing, okay, this is not what you need. Like you mentioned, this is not what you need right now.
And it's not that I'm really bashing, it's just I'm saying that, we don't recognize sometimes, that, there's so many things that
Hmm.
there are alternatives to
Hmm.
some of the medicine that we're taking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you a story.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was probably about 2021. I was at training school. I got injured. I had
Mm-hmm.
some bruised ribs. So my mom took me to a pensée,
Mm-hmm.
right? The man said, the typical boucher tout tombé kind of
Yes.
thing. And he rubbed me, I think, for 3 or 5 days. It's always an odd number.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave me turmeric and beca to drink.
Mm.
That was the grossest thing I ever tasted in my life. Yeah, it was just nasty, but it worked. No, the way that my brain works is when I got into this, I remembered it, and I'm like, what was it about the turmeric that
Mm-hmm.
worked? What was it? And I started doing some research. I learned about curcumin and its ability to heal inflammation, and
Mm-hmm.
then the beca was more for the fat component to allow for the body to absorb. Because our ancestors knew stuff. They didn't know why they knew stuff, but they knew stuff, and that's the beauty of
Mm-hmm.
God and the universe. The knowledge is in there. You may not have the details, but you just know if you do this, it'll work. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is how I created this as well, because I'm like, okay, what else can I put in that to make it so deal with inflammation? So as a result, you have your ginger, you have your cinnamon, you have your cayenne, you have and your turmeric. So you do 1 teaspoon in a cup of warm milk. It tastes a
Mm-hmm.
thousand times better than the baker.
Yes.
So it's kind of taking the older practices, because my step grandfather and my grandfather used to dress people.
Mm-hmm.
So taking all the root stuff that I grew up with, but
Mm-hmm.
putting it into in a way where it smells better, it tastes better, it's
Yes.
better presented, but it has the
Yes.
same or even better results
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
than them. So you can kind of tie the old with the new, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. I'm going to show some of the slides that you have, but while I'm trying to fix something here. You can see it. I'm trying to fix something. I
No
get something
problem.
because I don't want this computer to go off on me. There, so I'm trying to fix something. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes the computer asks you to it asks you to update whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It waits until when I'm having my show for it to want to update. So.
They don't care.
Girl,
They don't
they
care.
don't care. Oh,
They
let me
don't
say
care.
good evening to Jules Naomi. That's my cousin. Hi, honey. Linda Simeon. Who is somebody from you supporting me? Hi, class.
Mm-hmm. I
And
like
also
that.
we have Vanessa Frederick. She's also my sister cousin. So hi, cuz.
They have a whole family affair.
I'm a hot mess. Listen, my people come here.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's not even about that too. Over the years, people I didn't even know I was related to. I've
Mm-hmm.
always had a good camaraderie with people, you know. So, I'm very thankful for the person that I am,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't when I call you a friend, I don't lose my friends.
Yeah.
I don't lose
It's
my
it's
friends.
it's it's authenticity.
Yeah,
You're
I don't lose
genuine,
my friends. Yeah. So
and people always feel when you're genuine.
yes.
People can
So
feel that.
yeah. But so now I'm getting ready to bring up the slides. It's giving me a little problem. Always problem. But you know what? I'm a very, very persistent person. Uh-huh.
One way or another, you gonna get these slides.
Yes. So tell us about your poetry. I know we talked about it a little bit. Tell us what got you started into poetry. I know you said it, but I wasn't paying too much attention because I was so grossed into all of the action that was happening there.
Poetry was an outlet.
Mhm,
And you mentioned Jump. I have two books. This is
mhm.
the cover of the first book. It's literally a guy leaping off a cliff.
Eh, why not? Is that yours?
Yeah, why not? Because
I said it
how
right.
yeah, because my daughter, that was my first book.
Mm-hmm.
She said to me, Mom, you should put your poems together and write a book. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, nah, okay, why not?
So
And
hold
that was the
on.
name of the book.
Where can we find your book?
Oh, it's on Amazon. You can get
It's
it
on
hard copy.
Amazon?
You can get it, yeah.
Okay.
Both of them.
So I need you
So,
to tell me so I could write it on the screen right there where they can find it.
well, I don't have the link offhand, but you could just
So,
type in Kishma Serieux on the books, and you
uh-huh.
will see this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me see. Shh, not so loud. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Oh,
conversations we are not comfortable having. So
okay.
this one deals with, yeah. You remember uniforms? That's in there.
That's another.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one is, why not?
I love that one. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
love that one.
so poetry for me has always been an outlet. It has always been
Mhm,
like you were saying with you that, and like we're discussing the last time, where we often feel misunderstood,
mhm,
as creatives.
mhm,
But it was a place that I could go, and there's no judgment with poetry.
mhm,
Poetry has no requirement outside of you showing up. You
mhm.
know, an artist like that, it doesn't care how your day is, or it doesn't care if you're clothed or naked. It doesn't care if you're in pain, or it just cares that you show up. And whatever it is that you're showing up with, whatever it is you're coming with, poetry can handle. It's broad enough to handle.
Let me give you a
So
joke now. As you say, it doesn't care where you are. I remember last week I was sitting on the. I went in the bathroom. I went to clean the bathroom. I know I'm being too much TMI, but
oh, that's fine. That's fine.
so
That's fine.
I went to the bathroom to pee, and all of a sudden, it's water, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The the lyrics are coming in my head. I'm going, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. I could not get up of the I could not get up the toilet. Okay. I said, oh my gosh, and that was a long pee. And then when I'm ready to leave, number two is coming. I said, oh my gosh,
Because when you get those moments of inspiration, it's like you want to hold on to them. It's like everything has to stop you. I think all of us have some writing material or something that is not too far.
and I
So
was
when
so
you get
mad.
inspired, you just write.
And I'm going like, listen, that's the sad thing. I could not even get, I have I said that the last time I have uh, um dry erase marker because I have a big mirror in my bathroom. So I
Mm-hmm.
even have a dry erase marker in my bathroom. So even if I'm brushing teeth or bathing, I will come out
When
of
the
the shower.
idea comes,
Yeah, and I couldn't even get up. I say,
no, it's just
and
amazing.
up to now, I'm trying to remember what is it that came in my mind. I can't remember, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is not right.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Yeah,
It will come back.
probably.
It will come
Yeah.
back. Whenever that mindset that you were in then, when you get back into that mindset and you're not
The next
trying
time
to
I'm
get
going
it.
to the bathroom, I'm making sure that I'm holding my paper and my pen in my hand. So
Yeah, and make sure you hold the pee for as long as possible, because apparently something about releasing that pee was releasing the thoughts.
oh
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh. I don't know,
Oh
but
gosh.
every time I'm in water,
Ah,
that's the
that's a
time
place
I
for
get
you.
the most. So somebody told me I need to go and sit by a beach
Hmm.
and just let.
Yeah, you flow when there's, yeah,
Mhm. I
yeah.
think when I come out
Maybe
of that, I
find
will come out.
songs too. Maybe
Yeah,
listen to,
I
yeah.
think if I go to a beach, when I come from there, I will come from there with two books.
Yeah, absolutely. You go for a notebook and a half.
Yes. My
Absolutely. I
goodness.
love that. I
So,
love that.
Grace has you one of your poems, the one we haven't heard before. I'm not gonna say any of my poems. I'm gonna let you say your
Oh.
poems, okay?
Um,
Hi, Anneli. How are you? Good night, darling.
I'll
Yeah.
give you one from this one.
Okay.
That was my first one. What did I read to you the last time? I think it was
You
what we did, one Creole and
you did
uniform.
Coco Cooley.
Gogo Kuli. Right. Gogo Kuli.
Listen, I'm gonna ask the viewers. Did you all hear Coco Cooley the last time? I'm saying that. Did you all hear Coco Cooley? If you all didn't hear Coco Cooley, you all need to hear Coco Cooley. So if you
Yo,
want to hear Coco, somebody put on the comments. Yeah, we want Coco Coolie.
Cool, cool, cool.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Listen, I was good for trouble, okay?
All right. Let's see. This one is called Mana.
Mm-hmm. Mana, okay.
Mana. My mother's name is Williana, but everyone calls her Mana.
Mm-hmm.
Up until I was 14 years old, I associated my mother with bread from heaven, celestial food, and chosen sustenance. Imagine my surprise when my mother informed me that her name had nothing to do with the hereafter, but rather it was due to her frequently spending time with her cousin Emmanuel, who everyone called Mano. So it became Mano and Mana. She was an appendage, an addition, a female lesser version of Mano. My mother has the kind of laugh that wakes up yours. It starts with a chuckle, and soon her eyes are tearing up, and if you don't stop her, she will pee. Now, kind of like you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as with those in her time, my mom was taught that her purpose was to take care of everyone first, last, and in the middle. She spent her life looking for happiness outside of herself, never understanding that she was all and she had all. She got married to the first man that she ever loved and she had children. But she kept wishing that he would communicate better, that he would treat her better. And it was rather unfortunate that she was asking for something that at that time she could not recognize. My mother's name is Williana. Everyone calls her Mana. She feeds others from herself. She gives them her living bread until she is replenished, unaware of her own strength and courage. And as the years go by, sorry, my eyes, and as the years go by, and as the suggestions from life came, stop, pause, don't go so fast, wear the dress, take the trip, eat the food. It whispered, it spoke, it roared. Finally, life got tired and it started leaving her a little at a time. Sleep was the first to take a sabbatical and it would come around only periodically. Joy left her eyes and they became vacant. I miss seeing him there. Her laughter diminished. She doesn't pee anymore. Stability removed itself from her limbs and it left her with tremors and shakes. Not to be outdone, her memory slammed out the door of her mind, ripping the hinges angrily as he left. Rational thought was the last to leave, and he was the most cruel because he left his scent in his wake as he catapulted out. So she still smells him. She still thinks he is around. The rational mind is gone. She doesn't know. She doesn't believe. My mother's name is Williana. Williana means strength. Everyone calls her Mana. Mana means power. My mother was born with everything she ever needed. She was never told. She never knew. And now I fear she never will. Thank you.
Amazing.
So
Tell us. Go ahead, yeah.
my mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved back with my parents about a year ago. My dad
Mm-hmm.
has Parkinson's and cancer, and my mom has Alzheimer's. So it's been
Wow.
challenging. It's been it's been very challenging.
Wow.
So yeah,
I did not know. I did not know that, but I gathered from the words that were penned down in that poem, it was something to that effect.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
So
That was
it's
beautiful. That was
thank
beautiful.
you, thank you.
Wow. So,
Um,
you are a warrior queen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
admire your courage. I admire your tenacity because a lot of people see us walking around. They see people walking around. You know, you try to keep your head up, but they never know
Yeah,
what you go through on the inside.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, with my girls, my parents, sometimes it feels like you're the only adult in the house, of course, because you're taking care of everything.
Yes.
Um, and I think sometimes, and I don't say this to take away from anybody's experience at all,
Mhm.
but I think for some of us, falling apart is a luxury we cannot afford.
True.
Regardless of how you may feel, you
True.
don't have the option to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that I have small but effective support circle. I have persons I could go like, okay, you know what, I'm feeling overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
and they just listen or tell me, hey, let's go get a cocktail, or something like that.
And you
So I'm very
carry it well.
thank you,
You carry it
thank you.
well.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Poetry helps. Poetry helps.
You did. Listen,
You
when
know,
I come to St. Lucia, we go drink plenty cocktails, eh? Anytime.
listen. Yes, yes.
Or they're not
There's
supposed to be drinking
actually
alcohol.
Wonderful is having jazz, so we're performing at that
Yeah.
Wonderful May.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an exciting thing. I think sometimes we kind of have to remember to live
A
even in
little.
the midst of our life,
Yes,
um,
yes.
because as much as we're mothers and daughters and spouses and friends, but you were yours before you were anybody
But
else's. So it's
exactly.
important to check in with what your soul needs.
And that's one of the reasons too, one of the many reasons to why I was breaking down so much because I had always been the caretaker
Mm-hmm.
who never goes on a trip, who never gets time for herself. I'm always caring for my sons. And then when my youngest was diagnosed with autism, I'm always running to the school, running to
Mm-hmm.
this, to therapy, running to that, and it really took a toll on me. I'm the person you would not be able to find going for a drink in the bar,
Mm-hmm.
or for just go to sit somewhere and just have me time. It was always about everybody else
About
but me.
yes. And
Yeah.
as women, it's a secret expectation that people have
Yeah.
that you do not fall under the list of priorities in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
We've been conditioned to do that. And one of the things I actually realized, and this is more of an intimate share, but it is what it is. This is a space for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even the idea of getting into a relationship was scary for me
Mm-hmm.
because I've understood the way that society is structured, and often, men want women to, I want a man to take care of me, and I have
Mm-hmm.
no issue with partnership. But you found that you spent, like you said, so much of your life caring for people that
Mm-hmm.
the idea of now caring for a fully capable adult is like, um, mm. It's like, where does it end? So
Mm-hmm.
it's scary because
And being in situations like that, it is always good for you to be able to. It would be nice, I would say, to meet somebody who understands you and wants
yes.
to meet you where you are and accept
Mhm.
your situation and help you work through it, instead of you having to just be the another person you take care of. And you find there are people out there like that, but sometimes with um that fear that we have sometimes, it's like, should I really go there? Sometimes you're
Mhm.
afraid of that unknown. It's like
Exactly,
it's like
exactly.
I'd rather stay single than being hurt by any other person again.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay single. I would stay single. I'll be on my stick
Mhm.
like this.
Yeah, listen, it's true. It is
Mhm.
true. And
Yeah.
I think that's something else that's happening in our society where women are choosing to be single, and a lot of men don't understand
Yeah.
because you come from a place of what's happening now. And I am
Mhm.
very open, to the possibility of
Yeah.
something that is beautiful. But then I also recognize that either way, you're gonna be okay.
I
You
told
know.
somebody that today. Listen, I told somebody that today. I said, either way, I'm gonna be okay. If
Mm,
it
either
doesn't
way,
happen, it does not happen, and I'm fine with
yeah.
that. If it happens, it happens. I'm comfortable in my own seat. I'm comfortable being where I
Hmm.
am in that space of time, because when you're growing up and then when you have so many things happen to you, you have to first of all protect
Hmm.
yourself and guard your
Hmm.
heart.
Hmm.
You have to guard your sanity, because
Yeah,
sometimes
absolutely.
one wrong thing can send you off the
Yeah, it
edge.
spirals because it triggers
Yes,
something.
yes.
And I heard, I think it was Matthew Hussey or one of these motivational guys said something, and it stuck with me for a while. And he said, a lot of the times we say we cannot trust people because of what we've been through. But he encourages us not to let it be about people. He's like, trust yourself to know when a situation is not right for you, and trust yourself to have the strength to get out. So
Mhm.
you're not required to trust them not to treat you right. Trust you that the moment you start to see it, you're like, okay, you know what? It was
Bye.
nice knowing you. Bye.
Like I say, bye, Felicia.
Yes, according to my oldest daughter, bye bye. So,
Yes, yes.
but I think that's
You
the
know,
thing. So it's
I've met some great people. I've met some great
yes,
people for the past couple of
yes.
months, for the past couple of years. But what good is going to do if you're going to come and make me promises that you won't keep?
Mm-hmm.
What good is it going to do
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to come and disrupt the peace that I have and take me back
Mm-hmm.
to a place I don't want to be? You understand? I always tell people, if you're going to come real or don't come at all.
Facts.
You know?
I've been from the time the year has started, I've been operating on the mantra of I am only interested in a soft life. You see the amount of trauma that I have survived and the amount of things I have been through and everything else going on in my life. I want softness. Talk to
Mm-hmm.
me nice. Rub
Mm-hmm.
my feet. Give
Mm-hmm.
me hugs. Somebody said to me, so you want somebody to treat you like you're a princess? I'm like,
I
yeah,
am. I am a queen, not a
yeah. And
princess.
you look at me like you're expecting an apology from me for it. Yes, I do. I want you to treat me like I am precious because I am. And if that's too much
because
for you, that's fine.
because you
That's
know what?
okay.
You know your worth. And
Exactly.
that's one of the
And it's
things,
reciprocated energy because I will treat you the same.
yeah, and that's one of the things that I had to learn about me. I was allowing people to just walk over me like I was a
Oh my
doormat.
darling, yes.
And you find out when you start to stand up for yourself, people don't like it.
People get upset like who you think you are and me,
Mhm.
me,
Yeah. You
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 know.
know your worth, because
Mm-hmm.
people used to make me feel so worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Worthless. I'm gonna, Cindy, you have a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people view you like that? Why, girl, nowadays I wouldn't get less. Even
Mm-hmm.
if somebody says something, I'm going, oh my gosh, right up and says like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So what then what? Yeah.
Because you come to the realization that um I do not need you to tell me who it is I am, and that's the same place you are. I know who it is I am.
Yes.
And as a result, what you say about me, I know what is true and what's not. I am
Mm-hmm.
still the same Kishma with a kind heart. I'm still the kind of person who would, assist anybody. I am still kind, but I say to people, I'm not nice anymore. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
very much kind.
Mm-hmm.
But then we just establish boundaries now.
Yes,
You
yes,
just you
yes,
just put
yes.
boundaries in place so those persons have violated it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a beautiful, interesting place to be.
Yes. So,
Knowing that, yeah,
Annalie, I'm gonna call some Annalie. Are you
I'm fine.
still there? Put a like if you're still there, because I want her to say the poem. She said she wanted to hear the poem. If she's not there, you still gonna say Coco Koli.
Adeline,
Yes, Annalie said she wanted to hear. She would love to hear it. I don't know if she's still there. So who else
um,
is there and wants to hear Coco Koli? Was that the name of the poem?
Fuitage,
Fuitage. Fuitage.
Fuitage.
You see,
You
listen,
guys have dubbed the thing Coco Cooley,
I
and I
have given
understand.
it my own name. That's what I remember now.
Yup, Fuitage,
Okay.
Fuitage. I'm
So she
glad you
said,
like it.
I am right here. Okay,
Okay,
baby. Take it
So
away.
this one is for you, Annalie. Bear with me. Depuis moi petit, moi ka manje fouitage. Moi aime toute qualité. Espouasement lait doux. Moi leve ka manje mango. Mango pon, mango long, mango juli, mango palwi. Pli niji, c'est pli moi aime. Ek pa pale pou zanana, ebeje orange, fig mi, ek tout se kalte pom lan, pom damou, pom site, pom cannelle, pom dilien, depi ni pom ou si pose sa vidou. Bon, jis koko mwen eme, koko ve, koko di, koko sec, glo koko nan koko nan, mwen eme koko. Bon, gouyav, ki i woz ebe ki a diday blanc, mwen eme. Ek pa pale pou se sa ki pa dje komen, zabwiko, mi wiz, tamawe de zin, non, mwen eme fouitage. Bon, tout se fouitage la mwen jan manje a, ma jamais manje koko kouli. Toute la vie mwen, koko kouli, se pa an bagay mwen te jemwen interese a den. San mwen kon net di koko kouli, se an bagay ki piti, an bagay ki si, an bagay ki ka kite an gou wak an bouchou la ou manje, e ki ka jis fez yo formal, mizi si, non, koko kouli, mwen pa te interese. Bon, jan ofer mwen koko kouli do 3 semaines pase. Mwen di mani piyes kalite experience se koko kouli. I di mwen pitet koko kouli a mwen ja manje, ebe mwen jatan nan bod la, se pa bo kalte koko kouli. Hol la vi, I ka nou oui koko kouli. Se li ki konet bon fouitage. Mwen di nay pou an chans. Et nay koute koko kouli. Ebe le mette koko kouli a dowo. Le mwen gade koko kouli a lis, I net, I bien matwite, e ki jis nigose. Ebe mwen mette koko kouli a bouche mwen, ek le mwen antwe an dan, ji koko kouli ka koule tout bo bouche mwen. Koko kouli a bien dou sav. Ebe mwen manje koko kouli. Pli ban, se pli mwen manje. Mwen niche, mwen morde, mwen vale, mwen souse koko kouli. Actuellement, mwen tout pa tout ka chache pou koko kouli. Mwen de na bouison pied bois pour planter un lakou mwen. Bon maman la na bon tout manye. Manje fouitage la. Ça a bon pour body.
Oh my God. I could never get enough of that poem. Listen, I could never get enough. I said, I have thought about this poem. I know what you're saying because you know, as a solution. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But what gave you the idea to come up with Coco Guli?
Listen, I
You said fouitage, I'm not fouitage, I'm hand Coco Guli.
Yep. Ironically, I'm trying to figure out a poem. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna write about? And then a friend calls and he's like, hey, I have some cocoa coolie. You want some? And then my brain just goes, yeah, that's okay. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I didn't know what direction it would take, as is usually the case.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, let's see what happens.
So,
Yeah.
let me tell you the comments. And then said, Vanessa Swell, and he said really nice, and Linda said thanks very much, interesting. That is an interesting poem.
Thank you.
You know, as a poet, right? I come up with some crazy ideas in my head, and I'm going like, this is going to be too X-rated. But you,
I got a few of those.
But you wrote it in a way, you wrote that poem in a way that we use our language in St. Lucia.
Yes.
People don't understand.
Yes, and it's such that there is the double entendre, of course. There is the double meaning.
Yeah.
But at face value, it works too.
Yeah.
So it is the kind of poem that can work for PG-13, but everybody know that you're not saying what you're saying what you just did not say.
Yeah.
So I like the way that and that's the beauty
Yes,
of Creole, the way you can,
absolutely.
because
So guys,
because we do erotica pieces,
mm-hmm,
but then that's for an entire different clientele, entire,
mm-hmm,
so
yes,
it's yeah,
yes.
but
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. I would love for me to ask you to say more, but I'm not. I see we were 9:29 already. Listen, so I'm going to show you. I wanted to go back to your products because I saw something about a product that was really, really interesting. And some of this is one of the things that a lot of men suffer with. Anneli said, very impressive. Keep up the good work. And Linda
Ah,
Simio said,
thank
you
you.
continue in this path. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yes.
You
So,
referring to Viral Man?
was that?
No, no, you mentioned a product. Were you referring to Viral Man?
Yes, yeah, Viraman, yes. And you also
Yes.
is it oh yeah, okay. So I want you to tell us a little bit, the viewers a little bit about the product. You know why I'm saying that? Because there's a lot of men who suffer with um posted health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is and it says, do these men still need libido improvement? They're already hot like fire.
um, this is Viral Man remains one of the most consistent products. So, like the
Wow.
men who take it,
Mm-hmm.
because it comes in like a 6 ounce jar, you take a teaspoon each day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Hold on.
it's like
Is it in powder or
no, it's a syrup.
okay? All right.
It's a syrup.
Okay.
Because it has the molasses and the honey. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's that kind of consistency. So they would just usually the jar would last you roughly about 2 months. So they would
Mm-hmm.
just restock,
Okay.
just restock. Um, where Viral Man was concerned, there were so many products that was catering for men's libido, their sex drive. You can get your enhance that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember once watching an ad and I'm saying, yeah, but what about the other parts of the body that all
Mm-hmm.
contribute to whether or not, Willie is doing exercises?
Exactly.
Right? It's not isolated and you cannot treat it like it's in silo.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about the men who that may not be an issue, but they have other areas?
Mm-hmm.
Now, typically, we know men, and we know that men generally, it has to be more serious
Mm-hmm.
for them to seek help with it.
Yes.
But they will easier get something that
Mm-hmm.
has to do with, their performance. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, knowing that, how can we create a product that will ensure you get what you need, but still has you focused
Mm-hmm.
on just that area? So
Mm-hmm.
so that's how Viral Man came about.
Okay.
Um, Now you do see some of the ingredients, the
Yes.
ashwagandha like we spoke to a while ago. Now
Mm-hmm.
ginseng, which is really awesome. So this has Panax ginseng, it
Mm-hmm.
has Siberian ginseng, it has Indian ginseng, different
Mm-hmm.
types of ginseng. Gotu kola is for brain health.
Mm-hmm.
Ginkgo
Okay.
biloba is for
Mm-hmm.
brain health. So it
Okay.
helps with just your mental function, your clarity,
Mm-hmm.
fog, energy, men who may be working at their desk with numbers, the blackstrap molasses for slow release energy, whether you're a fisherman, construction worker, that kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing. The honey, of course, for the taste and for the natural antibiotic aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin seeds for your prostate, saw palmetto for the prostate. It also has tonkiali, which is a natural aphrodisiac. It has honey goatweed, which is a natural aphrodisiac. It
Mm-hmm.
has panax, not panax, sorry, maca. That's maca
Mm-hmm.
root powder in there as well. So so generally what you would get from Virile Man is, and we ask persons to take it in the morning before, just with your breakfast or just after your breakfast or just before, but within
Mm-hmm.
the range of eating. You take it once a day. Um, if you take it at night, you will not sleep.
Okay.
It's going to keep you up because of the ingredients. You're just going to be
Yes. Yeah, it's
energized.
gonna make you, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some really
Yeah.
energetic ingredients because yeah. Whew.
And now I have so my cousin Neil, I'm not putting his business out. He takes this, but he
Mm-hmm.
takes it for energy. However,
Okay.
he has his sinuses, and when he
Mm-hmm.
takes it, he's like his sinuses. So he uses this for his sinus,
Mm-hmm.
right? Breathe. But when
Okay.
he takes this, it clears up his sinuses
Wow.
because of some of the ingredients in there. So it's a nice holistic. So it handles your heart health, your prostate health, your brain health, energy, kidney support. So you're taking care of the holistic man. And of course,
Yes.
the down there region benefits significantly according to the
Yes.
wives. So
So, so what are some of the what are some of the I don't mean to cut you, but what are some of the feedback you've gotten from this product?
Um, so of course, if you're diabetic, we don't recommend this product because of the
Okay.
sugar. We
Okay.
have one in tincture form, which would be the dropper. So it would be
Mm-hmm.
alcohol based. So you take that.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, I have not received a negative, and I said this in the PRS, I have not received a negative review from Viral Man because
Mm-hmm.
it generally just makes you feel, because I take it too.
Mm-hmm.
I take it if I'm feeling drained, I will take a teaspoon instead of a cup of coffee
Okay.
because it gives you that immediate boost of energy, but
Hold on.
slow release.
Hold on. You a single woman, you need to get viral man. Eh?
Yeah, that's why I don't take it very often. I don't take it very often.
Hmm.
And I ask clients that too. I'm like, are you seeing anybody? Because you're going to need an outlet for this. But generally, I think that's one of the first things that men would notice, that they get that boost of energy, and they say that they start to feel more like themselves, not
Mm-hmm.
as tired, not falling asleep everywhere. Once they stop moving, they fall asleep. So we have
Mm-hmm.
some bus drivers who take it
Mm-hmm.
because and it encourages them to move when they're in the bus, because you're going to have that kind of energy where you're not just, it will make you want to get up and go around. Um, and I think that's a nice thing about it. So it helps with the inflammation of the prostate. It
Mm-hmm.
helps with the flow, of course, the supplemento, just taking care of that. And the honey goat weed, the tonki ali. I mean, these are phenomenal aphrodisiacs.
Mm-hmm.
So we have something similar for the women as well. But that one I've never really marketed it because it's very much a personal request. um,
Okay.
so then when women would, yeah, so we
Is that
usually
the,
just
the
touch
if
at
that
the
is that
womb.
the one you mentioned earlier?
No, so that one is actually the powerful pussy is more for cleansing out your womb. So if you have fibroids, small cyst,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, menstrual cramps, that kind of thing. So you
Okay,
do
we
the
got to
cleaning.
talk about this. This
So that
menstrual.
one,
Let me tell you, that menstrual cramp. Oh my God, it
yeah.
kills me
So
every month.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely. So that would be for that. So they generally viral man. It's a beautiful product, and I have some persons who take it for like memory, because we have something called changer for
Mm-hmm.
memory, but because this has ginkgo and go to cola, which
Mm-hmm.
automatically just helps with the regeneration of brain cells and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice,
we take it
nice,
for memory as well.
nice, nice.
So, yeah.
So where can the viewers, if I wanted to order from you, where could I say somebody in the United States wanted to, she said, Annalise said she's interested in the one for fibroids. I am interested in that one as well. So
Okay, so
if they wanted to oh my gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. If they wanted to purchase, we live in
mm,
America and wanted to purchase it, from you, where would we go to purchase it?
so that honestly, that has been the biggest challenge in terms of the cost of
Okay.
shipping out to the US. So
Okay.
currently we're working with someone where we could have a base, so we could ship out one large in bulk, and then it could be distributed from there. So that
Okay.
is that is the option, and even certain things we can. So dry goods you can, the
Mm-hmm.
liquids not so
But a
much.
liquid,
With
yeah.
regards to with regards to hair and St. Lucia, I have a friend who has a business called A Little Bit of Africa, where she
Mm-hmm.
sells products directly from Ghana, Kenya. She's in the States, but
Mm-hmm.
the business is here. It
Mm-hmm.
opens we have a soft opening on Saturday. So
Mm-hmm.
African Organics would have a store in there. So that's
Okay,
on the
okay,
shoes and castries.
okay.
Because
Oh,
prior to that, we've basically been because I used to operate from home before I came back here.
mm-hmm.
So mainly I would do deliveries to clients now,
Okay,
but then at least they would have that option. And then you can order it on the site and you can pick it up at the store.
okay.
So we're kind of trying to wrap that up within the next week. But we're definitely working on the US, getting a base so persons can get. We appreciate that you would not be able to get everything, but the teas, for example, our Lucian chai,
Mm-hmm.
our Lucian Christmas, our peppermint, these would be able to. So the coolings would work because they're dried herbs,
Mm-hmm.
so so that would be fine in terms of the FDA and that kind of thing. But anything that's liquid, it requires a lot more.
Yes, yes.
It's a lot more ticklish.
Listen,
Um,
yes. Yesterday I was trying to send a bottle of liquor for somebody. Okay, they said, okay, I said you the money, buy me a bottle of liquor and send it. This particular one in the when I went to the post office, they tell me,
mhm, yeah, yeah, it's challenging. It is because
Yes,
even when you speak with experts and Lucia, they are the options, but then the mass that you have to send it at,
yes, yes.
so it's still starting up. So if we can get, so that's what we're trying to get now, a supplier based in the US
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
then distribute from there. So if it is a case of, it's sent to you and then
mm-hmm.
from there, then
Okay,
it makes it easier.
okay,
So that's the plan moving forward.
okay. So
Typically, what we do is we usually utilize. I'm sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
So, like, let's say you came down,
Mm-hmm.
and because I do have clients in the U.S. and Canada.
Okay.
So let's say you came down, and then I'll be like, "Hey guys, any of you need anything?"
Mm-hmm.
And then they would send me a list, and I would
Mm-hmm.
give you the list. And when
Mm-hmm.
you get to the U.S., they would pay you to ship it to them.
Okay. Okay.
So
Cool.
I've had that happen before.
Okay.
So
Um,
they'll pay for the shipping.
Anneli said, contact she needs your contact information. She said, contact information. My family can get it from you.
Oh yeah, sure, no, not a problem. So my number is 758-714-1873.
And it's 73.
Yes.
So it's 758.
714
Uh,
1873.
okay. So I'm gonna put it on the screen. You said you get African organics.
Yeah, African Organics. You can check us out on Facebook or on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will put it here. I don't know if I spelled it right. With a K or C.
K. So it's K because prior to apartheid, Africa used to be spelled with a K. So it's like going back to roots.
Okay. Okay, so I put it on the screen there for everybody to see. So as she said, are you in view photocast? I think she's in Monrepo. You in Monrepo,
Yeah,
right?
I'm in Monroe. So I'm typically in
Monrepo.
Viewport on a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically in Viewport on a weekend, I would do deliveries. During the week, because I work in Castries and I deliver during the week in Castries and on a weekend in Viewport.
Can you hear
You
me?
were frozen very beautifully a while ago. You were like this.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's. So you were asking me about. We were talking about powerful pussy. Um, yeah, and I went back and forth with that name a lot because I can see the expression on your face. Um, there's also there's the womb tonic,
Okay.
which has
Is that
which is a
is it that one?
tincture. Oh, so that's red raspberry. So that's a tea.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now we have something called I Am Woman,
Mm-hmm.
WOMB, which
Okay,
is
okay,
a holistic cleanse for the womb. So that would
okay,
include the red raspberry tea. It
okay.
would have the powerful pussy. It would have a tincture. It
Mm-hmm.
would have a cleanse. So
Mm-hmm.
this would be especially for just clearing out your. So you would cleanse. So it would cleanse your entire system. And
Okay.
our cleanses cover your lymphatic system, your liver, your kidney, your lungs, inflammation, your skin,
Mm-hmm.
and your colon.
Okay.
So it would do your entire system. So usually your cleanse is usually 7 days. Your cleanse would come with a small jar of golden, because anytime you cleanse, you are likely to raise inflammation because you are passing out stuff. So
Yes.
if you didn't have whatever pain you had before, all of a sudden it comes down. You have a yeast infection now because you are upsetting the flora fauna balance
Oh
onto your
wow.
food. So then
That's
it
pretty
comes with a small.
interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't realize that you go like you do a smoothie cleanse, or you do like greens alone for, and then like 3, 4 days in, you start to itch down there and they figure it's something. Yeah, because you are cleansing everything. And remember, your body maintains that flora fauna balance. So
Yes.
probiotics is your friend. Not just
Okay.
digestive, but vaginal probiotics. Now
Mm.
the tincture which would come with your womb is natural probiotics. So it has
Mm-hmm.
apple cider vinegar, it has all of it. So you take drops, and that keeps everything nice and balanced. And then it would allow for, so if you're somebody who has a lot of clots around your period, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of pain around your period, waist pain, back pain, yeah,
Let me see that
generally.
again. Let me see. Girl, listen, you talking my language. When it's around my period time, you see this right here. You see that means,
Yes,
oh
yes.
my gosh. I've
So
been laying
because
down on the
generally,
floor.
because the funny thing about it is, when your body is aligned in terms of your period, because I always say to persons, your as a woman, your womb speaks to you. Everything always shows up in your womb first. You stress, it affects your period. You happy, you everything shows up in your womb first. This is how we communicate. This is our vessel to communicate with this world. It's our womb. Science has shown where
So
womb travel.
I missed that because I was frozen.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So I was saying that we communicate. I think you're frozen again. I'll just wait.
Hello.
Yes, you're
Can
back.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So let's do, because this thing want to
Oh,
misbehave.
so
So
I
talk about,
stopped too. I figured I would just wait until you came back. So I stopped
yes.
talking.
So yeah,
So
tell us about the womb. Yeah.
yeah, so your womb is how we as women communicate with our womb. Everything shows up in our womb first. Um, any trauma that we've gone through sexually shows up in our womb. And a typical example is women who got pregnant very early, 13, 14, are 50, what is the number? I think 50 to 70 times more likely to develop ovarian cancer. At 40, this is showing up, 30 something years later. Any kind of trauma, the connection that we have with our period, whether every time we have our period, where me see my period again, and that kind of thing. When you're angry, when you're stressed, it shows up in your womb. Your period changes, your cycle shifts, your discharge changes. Our womb is what we use to communicate with the outside world. That's where we know. If you're with you have a mate and he has another person, first place you know is hair. Your things shift, your pH
Yes.
balance changes.
Yes.
We communicate with our womb, and that is a
Hmm.
very, very powerful thing. And because we live in a patriarchal society, there's not been a lot of emphasis on that. People just shrug it off, but no, it's just the reality. We communicate with the womb. That is what we use to bring people into this world. That's
And
simple.
I thought that I was crazy when I said that. I'm going, like, if like I'm with somebody and then they literally mess with somebody else, I would know.
Yeah, you will know. I
Like
always tell
totally.
women, we know. We may deny, but you know. You may not know who, you may not know where. The womb is so powerful that all wombs will synchronize if they're sharing a man.
Yeah.
All of the wombs will synchronize. And people look at it like this is a man. It's not the man that's powerful. That is the power of the womb. If you and I are sleeping with the same man, both and whichever womb is dominant is going to, so if it is mine, it's going to affect yours. So your period is going to change and it's going to align with mine. So we get our period within days of each other.
When men say, Women have the power, don't they? We
Mm.
have it.
We do it so beautifully. We do it without women. If women are sharing the same space, a work environment, what happens? We synchronize. All of our periods synchronize. So if you're in an office space and there are 10 of you, when this one has her menstrual cycle, within a few days, this one, and then it's how many of you? You just synchronize. The womb just draws, it just pulls everything. That is the power of it. It just, because this is the life force. Nothing comes to this world without a womb. Nothing. And we underestimate the power of it, but that is how powerful we are. So we synchronize. We Everybody bleeds with us, like everybody near us. Yeah, we you bleed with us. Yeah, we're doing this together. So in community, we're bleeding in community. So it's a very powerful thing. I always say to women, you may not
Mm-hmm.
know who, you may not know where, but because you automatically feel. But then that's the thing, if you're not in touch with you, then you figure, okay, maybe I'm not, but of course
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you
So
know,
tell me.
send changes.
Yeah. So now let's shift a little bit, just a little bit more time because you're almost to 10 o'clock. This interview has been so interesting.
I've
Okay.
enjoyed this.
Yeah. So now that you've done all of those, you're doing all of those things, you're still working with Choice TV.
Yes.
So did that come? When did that come about? And how do you
Oh,
tell me?
so when I left the fire service, I was doing this. I was just doing my African organics. I loved what it was that I was doing. When COVID hit, it took, we took a hit as a result. And I'm a single mom. So I'm like, okay, I need to go back into work because I have to check, I have my goals to send to school and that kind of thing. So so I started working with ironically, I came onto a program to talk about my products. And the viewership was high, and I was invited back. And then I
Mm-hmm.
was invited to co-host the program with the gentleman. And then
Mm-hmm.
he left, and I ended up taking over the program. And then
Wow.
I started working with that company in terms of news. And
Mm-hmm.
then I became the general manager of that company.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left, and I was home for probably, because it wasn't as balanced anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was home for probably about a month, and someone called me and said, "Hey, Choice is looking for someone." And I'm like, why not? The book, right? And then I went and I applied, and I got through, and I've been with Choice about 18, 19 months now.
Wow. Let me
So,
say a special good night to my dear friend Richie, my sweetheart. He said, "I am."
Mr. Vodrock.
How is that good?
Yeah, his brother is my age. We went to school together. Kedrian.
Really?
Kedrian, yeah.
Wow. Small world, eh? My,
Yeah.
my my Richie said he's been sick for 5 days. And why haven't you told your second wife? I don't believe in second wives, but why haven't you told me, Richie? You know you my buddy. You should tell me something. Okay,
I
Cindy,
know,
I
right?
am sick. Yeah.
We could send you some nice recipes and have you hooked up
Yes.
already.
You know, I figured something was not right with him. You know, because going right with him. But I'm gonna send you some love. Okay, my secretary Lauren didn't pass the message. No, she did not. And I'm about to get with her. Okay. She said I need to fire my secretary. Oh my goodness. But listen, girl, it has been such a pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah,
Such a
likewise.
pleasure to be,
Likewise,
you are
likewise.
an
I enjoyed it.
amazing woman.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you
And you
very much.
inspire me, not just your poetry, just a little bit of. I know I haven't even touched the surface. And I'm saying that very, very lightly. I haven't even touched the surface of what you've been through. And I can tell by the fire in you, the way you speak. You understand? I could tell you have been through a lot, my sister. You know, one day
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna get together and sit down,
Oh yeah.
we
Cocktails.
could talk, cocktails. Uh-huh. Well,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yes. Well, good night, Richie. Yeah, get some good rest. Well,
Is it
listen,
the cold that you have, Richie?
he didn't say. He said, "Come back to be safe. Good night." Listen, guys, it was such an amazing pleasure to have my dear friend. Now she's my warrior queen. Understand? Listen, my other warrior queen was there. You know, where is she? Ninfia. Yeah, she was there. Oh, let me say good night to someone. Rosemary Ruben was watching. Um, Ninfia was here. Oh, there was a lot of people here. Okay, so it was a pleasure to. I always like to greet my
Likewise.
guests. Mm-hmm.
Likewise.
Yes.
I
So thank.
guess
Yes.
just one more thing. And this is
Mhm.
for Richie, this is for anybody else listening. So generally with everything going on now, the environment and the way that it is dirty, just boosting your immune system. So I would
Mhm.
recommend most of you who are here, you can access, get some thyme or tidite, get some godite, get some basil, get some rosemary, get some ginger, get some lemon. These are highly antiviral
Mhm.
herbs. So you boil the ginger first because it's a rind zone. You don't boil under no circumstances should you boil herbs.
Mhm.
You just pour hot water. So you boil the ginger for about 5 to 7 minutes, then add the herbs to it for roughly about 2 minutes. Just let them steep, and then pour it in a cup and squeeze the half lemon over it, and then you could
Mhm.
put the honey in there. So it would just be a natural immune boost. So if you're developing a virus, if you have the cold and you drink that 3 times a day, you can give it to your children. It tastes really really nice. And
Mhm.
yeah, just the things that we have. If we don't have them in our yard, we can get them by the market, $2 a bundle. I
Yes.
mean, it's yeah, that
Right.
kind of thing. So that
Listen,
that
girl.
that was
Meets, thank you so much for that. You are taking the bull by the horns and showing it who's boss. You are controlling that bull, saying, "No, that big
thank
girl
you.
life, you are not going to take me down." Okay. And
Yes.
I'm so proud of you for, holding your head up as a single mother, and
I appreciate it.
to a caretaker to your family, to your parents, who both obviously, are dealing with different things, and you have to be there for them. So thank you so much. I would encourage you guys to go get her products. Or if you know somebody in St. Lucia, if you know somebody who's coming up, tell me, I want to get some. um
Mhm.
it's called African Organics, right?
Yes, American
African
organics. Yes.
Organics, yes. And I put the number on the
Let's say it like
screen.
that. Ah,
Ah, yes.
yeah. Ah,
It's just like you
African
say, just like
organics.
you say, so what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Just
Yes.
like that. I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. Yeah, just like that.
Yes. Yes. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for being on there. Support this lady if you're in St. Lucia, please. The number is on the screen. Go back to this if you were not, if you were doing the replay, watch and go support her if you're in St. Lucia. I cannot stress this enough. It is important that we support each other in our ventures.
Facts.
No
Facts.
offense to those big conglomerates. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they are
Mhm.
already established. We need to help the how to say it, the regular guy. You understand?
Mhm.
The little guys
Mhm.
who are coming up. We need to help them grow. When one of us grow, all of us grows together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was about to say that absolutely,
Yes.
because most of
Yes.
the times when we find ourselves in a bind, these are
Mm-hmm.
the people who can pull us out.
Mm-hmm.
Not the major corporations. It's
Nope.
your little supermarket there in the
Mm-hmm.
community when you have a death in the family. It's
Mm-hmm.
these are the people who show up. This is
Mm-hmm.
the lady who caters, who decides she's making some sandwiches for you. These are the people who show up. So it's very
Absolutely.
important. And we cannot, I mean, we're social beings. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot survive without community. We're not designed to survive in isolation.
Exactly. So
So
support our authors, support our small
exactly.
business owners, support our local musicians, support each other because
Mhm.
it is important, lift
It
each
is.
other up. It's something, it doesn't, if some of your support doesn't even have to be monetary, sometimes just
Mhm.
to be able to share something that a person has. Tell somebody about
Absolutely.
it, and then it goes a long, long way. Listen,
Mhm.
guys, with that said, I want to say thank you, but I also want to show you guys something, okay? So we have an event coming up. It is called myself and John T. Regis, the guy who sang Bubblies.
Ooh
uh
la 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 la. Oh yes. Oh yes. She's frozen. I'm singing.
saw you dancing.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So we have come together to hold on, my internet is acting crazy. So we have come together, myself, Jonty Regis and General Nya. Let me see if I can take this off the screen so you guys could see it. General Nya and General Nya, he's the guy who sing do it me I go dead, don't do it me I go dead.
Take the
Okay?
worries off your head. I go do it
Better do it
instead. With
instead.
me, I go
Yes.
dead.
So
Hey,
him
do what
and
I go
of
do up
course
till I'm dead.
that's
Sorry, my
right.
mom used
And
to love
then
that kind of music.
yes, yes. And
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
natural you're not feeling yourself, huh? And natural
Yes.
vibes essentials. He is actually my cousin, and
Oh,
we come
nice.
together. He's a Billboard charting artist, and a lot of people
Oh,
have not heard
nice.
about him, but he sings some really, really really good music. Really he has
I
some really
love
good
that.
message in his music. Yeah. So we came together and put our heads together to raise funds for the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association. So I
Oh,
would
that is
urge all of you.
beautiful.
Yeah. So it is everything we doing it on our own. We don't have no, we just taking it upon ourselves to do it. It was an organization. We just decided, well, John T. Regis was the person who came up with that brilliant idea. You understand? And so we just jump on in with him. So I would like to thank him and also just, we're working together to help St. Lucians. So
Mhm.
please, even if you cannot make it, support, buy a ticket, okay? Buy a ticket just to support the Blind Welfare Association because a lot of I'm learning that there's a lot of associations who need help back home.
Oh,
A lot.
absolutely, absolutely. Especially
Yes,
associations that work from a charity standpoint or
yes, yes.
needing, NGOs, non-governmental organizations that require that
Mhm.
kind of support.
Yes.
Definitely, and it's challenging. It is
Yes.
challenging.
So Kennison is in the house, and he said, "My favorite artist, Natural Vibes. We have some good music, actually. Thank you, sweetheart.
Mm.
Yes, so he really has some really good music. And I wake up every morning to one of his songs, which is entitled Winner. I woke up a winner this morning. It's a brand new day, and I'm still breathing. And I just play this in my head
Ah,
over and over again.
I like
And
that.
yes, and so it is happening in Atlanta, Georgia, well, Lawrenceville, Georgia, on May 13th. 2023. So, guys, show your support. I would encourage you guys, if you're in America and then it says, purchase your tickets early. If you need tickets, physical tickets, you can get it from me. But it is also on Eventbrite. So you can go to Eventbrite and purchase your tickets. All you have to do is send me a quick message and then I'm going to, purchase a ticket, or else the photo of your ticket. So once you've paid, so we know that you purchase your ticket and you have a record. Also, we accept Cash App, Zelle. So if you need that information, send me a quick message and then I'm going to, send you that information. But we need your support. The school needs your support. And I'm going to be doing my little poem thingy. So, I used to sing a long time. Listen, I used to sing a long time before. Okay, that was a long time ago. So when I started to practice, I wanted to sing a certain song. But Cindy, keep your job as a poet, okay? You make don't make a fool out of
Oh,
yourself now.
listen, there are some things that I enjoy. That doesn't mean I'm good at it. I like music, but
Okay,
I know when
yes.
to shut up. I
So, no, no, no. So please go ahead and support the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association. Purchase your
absolutely,
ticket on
absolutely.
Eventbrite, and you can look on my page. Is on the events. You can see it, and I'm going to be posting. And please, please, please share the lives. I cannot say it enough. Share the lives. We give some very valuable information on there. Okay, so share the lives. Let people know about this every day. Share, and also tomorrow we're going to have our show at 5 p.m. for the people in the UK. So I'm gonna be posting it. Share, and tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be back. You're gonna be tired of me, okay? We're having issues. We're having a friend, like, we're having a topic discussing trauma in men. Okay, and I catered the show
Ooh,
for the men. So we want feedback. We want people to come in and join. You understand? It's gonna be, my guest is gonna be what's his name again? oh my gosh, I forget the first name and I remember the last name. Isn't that funny? Okay, Albert Dantes. Yes. So he's gonna be on here to give his piece about trauma in men and stuff like that. So it doesn't take. Sometimes when you have experience will be your best teacher. Okay. So come out and support me tomorrow, but please, please, please share, share, share. And listen, this ad is being promoted on Roof Tropics, Rose McClary, RMC Radio is being promoted on what's the other one again? I forgot. Okay. So, oh yes, Yadi, what's the name? What's the show? What is the name of
NBC.
NBC? Okay. So, if anybody wants to promote this show for us, contact yours truly. I can help us do that because we need as much help as we can to promote it. It's about 3 weeks away, so we need your help. We need you all to support this venture. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say. All right, so it's 10:04. Let me be quiet. Okay, so this to me. Yes, okay.
I just wait at this point. Whenever it
yes, so I'm gonna be. So I was just saying, I always say, do not tap out. Don't give up on yourself. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Do not fear cripple you from speaking. Whatever you've been through, speaking out to having a voice. Okay, failure, it is a part of life. We learn from these things. Do not let it be the place that you stay. Do not let it be your finality. And guys, I'm going to say this before I go. I cannot say this enough, okay? I am always promoting somebody. I need y'all to promote me, okay? I need y'all to go to visit. Let me see. I'm going to put this on here right now. I need y'all to support me in my ventures as well. I have my Poetry Perspective with Placide. I have my books. You can get my books at cindyplacide.com, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Rise to Prosperity 6144. And for my candles, for my blogs and other merchandise, go to rise to prosperity.com. I need your support, guys. I need your support as well as supporting everybody else. So go on there, purchase my books, and for the rest of May. Are we in May? Oh, in April. Oh. For the rest of April, anybody who purchases my books, you're gonna get it for, usually my books are for $15-16. You're gonna get it for $12. So get on that website and purchase my books. Okay, I need your support. Purchase the candles. Let me tell you, I've gotten really good at making my candles. So go and purchase my candles. Okay, it's called Cindy's Scents. All right. Anyway,
Cindy's Scents.
Cindy's Scents. Yes.
All right, fair enough.
So have a good night, everybody. My dear friend, thank you so much for being here. It was an amazing.
You are most welcome. Thank you for having me. I truly, truly, truly am grateful for the experience. It was a phenomenal one, and I'm very happy with that.
Thank you so much. And anytime you have a little ad, switch it over to me. I put it on my page. Okay.
Not a problem. You do the same, because right now
darling.
I need candles.
All right, we'll talk soon.
You shipping down there?
Yeah.
All right, my darling. You stay safe.
Oh, you too. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.